I have to look at photos of him before he became ill to be reminded that, okay, this person used to be my husband. We've been together for about 32, 33 years. We've been married for 30 years. It wasn't kind of love at first sight, but I really liked him. And I just got to like him more and more. He has this thing called semantic dementia, which is a progression of this condition called primary progressive aphasia. It's something that primarily affects people in middle age rather than kind of an old person's dementia, which is mostly Alzheimer's. And it kind of presents itself to begin with, sometimes as depression, sometimes as, other kind of mental health disorders. It's very difficult to diagnose, so it was not diagnosed properly for quite some time. We thought that, he has just become depressed, which started in his early 50s. Ironically, he's a psychiatrist. I still didn't kind of understand that it's a form of dementia until just after the lockdown. We had this telephone kind of consultation with this specialist. He just said it very bluntly. He said, "Oh yeah, I think you have got semantic dementia." So that was the first time that, it kind of dawned on me that, oh my God, my husband, who's just at the time he was in his mid-50s, has got dementia. I was devastated. There's nothing you can take for this particular type of dementia. There's no cure for it. We don't know why it happens, but there's no cure for it and nothing you can do about it. I was completely numb, and in fact, funnily enough, Richard came and sat here on this sofa, and I was very tearful, and I came in and I just, I was really upset and crying, but he was sitting here and he said, I don't want you to cry. I don't want you to be upset. I don't want you to feel bad for me. No one lives forever, and this is how I'm going to go. It was amazing, just his reaction, the way he had accepted, this is what's happening to me. He was not bitter. He was not angry, just very calm, and just, he is the one who's trying to make me feel better. Talking about it now, obviously, I feel sad. But this conversation was had, maybe 6 years ago. He is not angry or aggressive or rude. He's just, he's a very sweet man. As devastating as it was actually great to have this diagnosis, because in the very beginning, when the personality change was coming through, it was very difficult. Of course, our relationship has changed dramatically. We're very much like housemates. So we may not, I do make a point of organizing activities for us to do so that we can, still kind of have some shared experience, but we can't sit down and talk about things. We may not be like husband and wife, but we are friends. We are great friends. Also, there are times when I feel as though he's my child. I actually see, a lot of times I think, God, this is what he was like. I'm getting an insight into what he was like as a child. He says whatever comes into his mind, and he doesn't like, being asked not to do things. If there are any interesting concerts that I think he may like, for groups that he may like, we go to them. And funnily enough, because he has white hair and he still looks good, he attracts so much attention. People video him. They say, oh my, they just kind of perceive him, because the context is fine. It's not like in the middle of a restaurant, it's at a concert. They just think, oh, it's this free spirit, this old dude who's dancing. And they video him, they come and he say, give me 5, they shake his hands. It's amazing. He just loves it. And so it gives me a lot of joy as well to see him really happy and not being judged and not doing the wrong thing. So there are places, so I'm always kind of seeking out places or activities where he can go and just be free. Just the most important thing is to actually remind yourself that this is the person that you married. You're just kind of seeing the inner core as opposed to the outer layers. And I framed this picture of Richard when he was young, almost before we met. And he looks so happy in that photo. He's with his mum. It's just an everyday reminder of the person, this vital person, full of life.